All right, so far, we've totally mastered how to create content that really grabs attention. But think about it. All that amazing work, the social posts, the ads, the videos, it all has to lead somewhere, right? Well, today, we're building that destination. We're going to shift our mindset from being just a content creator to becoming a conversion architect. This is all about the art of designing a digital experience with one single focused goal: getting someone to take action. So let's dive in and actually build a high-performance landing page, like this afternoon. Okay, the very first and most critical mindset shift you have to make is right here on this slide. A landing page is not a website. A website, well, that's like a map. It's got tons of links, an About Us page, a blog. It's literally designed to let you wander around and explore. But a landing page? That's a tunnel. It has one way in and one single way out, the conversion. It's built for one thing and one thing only: action. And this quote just nails it. Seriously, think about it. If you have a navigation menu floating at the top of your landing page, or you've got links to your social media, you are actively pushing potential customers away. Every single link that isn't your main call to action, that big sign up or buy now button, is a leak. It's a distraction that pulls people right out of that tunnel and just tanks your results. So how do we actually build this super focused tunnel? Well, we use a timeless psychological blueprint. It's the engine behind pretty much every successful sales page ever created. It's called AIDA, and it's our roadmap for guiding a visitor from being just a curious stranger to becoming a committed customer. You can think of AIDA as a psychological slide. The whole goal is to move someone through these 4 stages so smoothly they barely even notice it's happening. First, you got to grab their attention. Then, you build their interest by showing them you totally get their problem. Next, you crank up the desire by proving you have the perfect solution. And finally, you call them to action with a super clear, can't-miss-it final step. So let's talk about that first step: attention. You have at most 3 seconds. That's it. 3. When someone hits your page, your headline and your main image have to instantly scream a specific, desirable transformation. If they have to stop and think about what you do, you've already lost them. Game over. Now, crafting that perfect message, building all that interest and desire, it sounds like it could take weeks of work, right? Well, it doesn't have to. This is where the modern architect's secret weapon comes into play. We're using AI as our toolkit to handle all the copywriting, to build that crucial trust, and even to help with the visual design, all at just incredible speed. Okay, now what's really amazing about this is the prompt itself. You see, this isn't just asking an AI to write some text. No, this is a specialized prompt that literally transforms a large language model into a world-class conversion copywriter. You are basically creating a 24/7 sales team that lives right on your page, and it perfectly articulates the problem, the solution, and all the benefits. So once you've got the words down, you need to build trust. And let's be clear, in the digital world, trust is the most valuable currency you have. A visitor lands on your page, they don't know you from anyone, so they're immediately looking for proof that other people do. We call this collection of signals your trust architecture. So how do you actually build it? Well, you strategically place testimonials right next to your buy buttons. You add what we call authority signals, like logos for "as seen in Forbes" or "trusted by 10,000 professionals." And this is crucial. You show a human face. People are just wired to trust faces way more than they trust some sterile company logo. These things work together to crush skepticism and build real confidence. Okay, with your copy and trust elements all ready to go, it's time to actually assemble the page. And the best part? We don't need to write a single line of code. Using these no-code visual builders means you can move at the speed of your ideas. You can just drag, drop, and publish, turning your whole vision into reality in minutes, not weeks. All right, the page is built, but we're not done, not even close. The work of a true architect actually begins after you launch. This right here is the professional workflow that separates the amateurs from the pros. You have to audit your work and constantly iterate to make it better. Before you send a single person to your shiny new page, you need to run what's called a friction audit. So what is friction? Well, in this context, friction is anything, and I mean anything, that makes it even the tiniest bit harder for a user to convert. Here's your pre-launch checklist. It's simple, but it's non-negotiable. First, the form check. Are you asking for way too much information? Second, the load time check. Does your page snap to life in under 2 seconds? And third, the mobile check. What does it actually look and feel like on a phone? These three things are the silent conversion killers. Let's just zoom in on that form check. This number is staggering. For every single extra field you ask someone to fill out, their name, their phone number, whatever, you can expect your conversion rate to drop by about 10%. That's huge. The takeaway is simple. Only ask for the absolute bare minimum you need. And honestly, that's probably just an email address. And as for the mobile check, just look at this number. Up to 80% of your visitors are going to see your page on a phone. Not a laptop, not a giant monitor, a phone. Does your headline wrap in a weird way? Is the button big enough for a thumb to tap easily? If your page isn't absolutely perfect on mobile, it's basically broken for the vast majority of your audience. So, once you're live and you've eliminated all that friction, the page becomes a living experiment. You use what's called the champion/challenger method. Your current page, that's the champion. Then you create a new version, the challenger, where you change just one thing, maybe the headline. You split your traffic, send half to each, and if the challenger wins, it becomes the new champion. You just never, ever stop testing. So let's just take a step back and look at what this all means. You now have the full skill set. You know how to orchestrate a social presence to build a real audience. You can design ads that actually get the click. You can produce compelling cinematic video. And now you can build the high-performance destination where all that traffic actually converts into something meaningful. When you put all of these pieces together, you're not just playing around with some new tools. You have the complete end-to-end capability to launch a brand, a product, a whole movement. You are, effectively, a super agency in a box. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first?